At the time of filming this, beginning of October 2024, September has left us with a bang, with many record-breaking amounts of rain fallen on a given day. This of course leads to a lot of surface water flooding and some river flooding. And then October has arrived with a fanfare, with half a month's rainfall falling in just one day in the east of England. So I'm going to ask you, would you know what to do if you had a surface water flood coming your way? Do you know what you would move and how would you prepare for it? So I'm just going to give you a few hints and tips that will help you along that horrible journey. But the advice I give you is by no means as good as forward planning, having a household flood plan and having certified flood barriers. But I'm going to show you an inexpensive way of mitigating flood risk and preparing for it using stuff you've got lying around your house. An awful lot of water can get into your home via the air bricks. In fact, the equivalent to 5 builders' bags of water every hour, and that can do tremendous damage. Last week, I tested aluminium tape in a simulated flood, and not a drop got in. You can get aluminium tape from a builder's, merchants or online, and it doesn't cost very much. Make sure that it fits, it adheres to the brickwork and has got a really good seal. But that's it. As you can see, I've already stuck some aluminium tape up the door and along the bottom to about 0.6 of a metre, which is the equivalent of a certified flood barrier. So I'll just finish it off now. Right, make sure that it sticks all the way down and just keep making sure the seal is done, and make sure it goes over the top of the bottom one. So it's really a second seal over the bottom one. And there we go. That's it. Done. When surface water floods happen, you'll often find the drains get overwhelmed and the sewers can back up through your toilet. Now, what I'm going to show you isn't nearly as good as a non-return valve or even a toilet bung, but this is a deflated children's football. Notice I've got some plastic gloves on, and you can push this right down the toilet like so, and push it as far as you can, and that will help keep the backflow from coming up. Failing that, I like these absorbent cushions. They're a bit like children's nappies for giants, and each one of them can absorb 21 litres of water. So you could club together for a whole box of them with your neighbours, and it contains many packets. Each packet carries 5, and you could use them for this. And they're great for mopping up flood water. So literally put this down the toilet like so, push it as far as you can, and it will absorb the water. If it starts coming up, add another one. I'm now preparing my kitchen for a flood. So as you can see, I've stood the table legs in things I've got lying about the house. So Dad's old Wellington boots and a bucket and a litter bin. And then the flood water can come in, wet them and not your table legs. If you live at flood risk, I suggest you get a stash of plastic boxes with lids on, and then you can empty the contents of your lower kitchen cupboards into it. And trust me, flour and flood water don't mix very well at all. Then you can put all the plastic boxes on here and also on your kitchen surfaces. I'm in the living room now with yet another plastic box. I want you to look round your living room and see what you would be most upset by if you lost it to flood water. Things like photographs of your late departed parents, little children's handprints, baby photos, photograph albums. And my husband would be really upset if he lost his vinyls. So pop everything in the box, put the lid on it, and take it upstairs out of harm's way. I recently bought a new sofa and I don't want to lose it to floodwater. So these are a couple of decorator's trestles bought from a well-known tool shop. It's a two-man job, it's heavy, but lift the sofa up onto the trestles and make sure you've got it balanced. Then we can put the cushions back on. I've also rolled up the carpet so we can lift the carpet onto the sofa, and then there's plenty of space for other stuff. I've just shown you how to lift a heavy sofa out of harm's way using two people. But what if you live alone, or you're actually alone when a flood's coming? So this is a cupboard that I've emptied and I've taken the drawers out. And then I've got a couple of bricks that are always lying around our garden, and put them in polythene bags because bricks can be dirty and make things dirtier. I've got a couple of pieces of wood here, and I use it to lever the cupboard up. So I'm just a girl lifting it up. I can lift it up and put the bricks underneath and there. And then we do the same the other side. Then you can fill your cupboard up and put the drawers back in, and then put stuff on top. Now, nothing I've shown you is particularly easy. It's not a picnic to do, but far rather prepare your home to flood and try to stop the flood water as best you can, rather than lose absolutely everything and be totally devastated and heartbroken.